What's up, Threads? Threadies? Threads?
Ready, Thready, go.
Wow, that was quite good.
Yeah.
I like that.
4 seasons it took for that to get there. Yep.
Oh, I did say the other day at work, I was like, whose dick do I have to suck to get a biscuit? And then somebody looked at me as if they were about to answer. I think they were trying to think of something else to say.
Yeah, no, you want Brenda from finance just to kind of stand up, unzip, and just be like, me right here.
I'll get you a pack of McVitie's if you fucking work your way down this slobbery shaft.
I mean, Ben, I've been meaning to talk to you about this. You don't have to suck dicks for biscuits. You can just go to the co-op. It'll be all right.
You and I work in very different environments, John.
What's your top tier biscuit that you would suck a dick for?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd take anal for a jammy dodger. So.
Yeah, it wasn't the question that was asked, but it's good supplementary information. And do you know what? I think Jammy D's. I'd agree with you. I reckon I'd take one up there for that.
Yeah, Jammy D's are a good shout. Big fan of party rings.
Yes.
Yeah, and we know the purple ones taste the best. So.
Ah.
I mean, the yellow and pink ones taste the best.
I'd give a couple of hand jobs and I'll take any colour.
Again, out of context, that is an amazing sentence. Oh, man.
Anyway, what was the question?
Okay, guys, shall we do some stories today?
Stories!
Hello and welcome to The Thread of Gentlemen,
A podcast where we take a kamikaze dive into the best.
And often worse tales the internet has to offer.
I'm Johnny.
I'm Ben.
I'm Charlie, and without any further ado,
I think we need to get this show started.
Charlie, would you like to, sir?
I will.
Hear that beautiful timbre tell us a story about somebody taking a poo.
Charlie Geary to serve.
By the way, Ben, can I just say, honestly, the was it beige tube of beige chaos?
Beige havoc.
Beige havoc was just one of the best. And honestly, it was a really busy train on the way in this morning, and I was just sitting there chuckling to myself still over that.
Yeah,
because I like just for the audience's reference. I don't remember any of this. Like, this all just kind of comes out, and then I really have to like listen to it again to remind myself what the hell I said and everyone else. So it was like hearing it again for the first time. It was wonderful.
That's called disassociation.
Yeah. I'll be honest, if I have a really bad day, I just listen to the sound of you retching, Charlie. It fucking brings me right up, man.
Well, I'm glad my suffering amuses you.
But do you know, you've touched on something really important there. And actually, you know, whilst we do have a laugh and joke, this is actually quite a serious thing, that it doesn't matter kind of what day I'm having. I can put on the podcast and I've got my 2 best mates in my pocket making me laugh. And from talking to other people, they feel the same way. It's like hanging out with your mates, and that's why we do this. Sorry to be serious, you know, let's talk about some poo now.
The fuck are you doing? Yeah, let's get back to the sack, you know, like.
Yeah. But no, you're bang on. Like, it is, I really enjoy doing this.
And I've also discovered that apparently I'm a human thesaurus when it comes to describing really bad
You are,
things.
honestly, you pick out some of the best words and it blows my mind.
No, I think I
Like,
don't.
it really
I
does.
think it means I'm slightly on the spectrum, Charlie.
I've got a story.
Good.
This one is called The Teddy Bear's Picnic.
Ooh,
I
this
love that name. That might be my favourite name out of all of the ones we've ever done.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's
And this-
definitely not what it means.
Yeah, no, well, maybe. So, this happened in 2006. A man and woman pulled into the turnoff I was parked at and proceeded to walk about 50 feet down the hill and set up a nice little picnic spread. This is lovely. This is great. This is a PG story that I'm here for.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it won't last long. After setting up their blanket, I expected for them to unload their food. Nope, in the basket was about 25 various sized stuffed animals. Then they proceeded to have a play date with them. I couldn't hear exactly what was being said, but obviously sexual in nature.
Ooh, there's a little angle, a little slice that I didn't need.
Okay, what would you do in this situation? I mean, I would just run away, laugh probably, but run away.
Grab the 12 gauge.
Or that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave the hat. Bring the gun. Leave the hat.
Leave.
Yes.
No, like this is the only opportunity where you go back for the hat, but you go back with a 12 gauge to deal with the hat.
So wait, is the 12 gauge the next evolution of the trebuchet? Because I thought that would be instantly where you would go with that.
No, because we're not trying to move locations with this. I'm trying to move them into several locations at once.
Yeah, all right, yeah, fair.
Yeah, a little bit of bird shot just to soften them up, maybe a bit of buck to really slam it home, and then bird shot just to kind of spread the message, you know?
Who was it on the podcast that said that someone had a vagina like buckshot lamb?
That
was you, Ben. That was one.
That was you. I'm sure that was you, Ben.
I mean, it might be. There's a good chance it will be. I mean,
Yeah, so he didn't get the 12 gauge. He watched them for several minutes before leaving and spent the remainder of the day fishing around the park. That could be some content idea. If anyone's got any rods and wants to lend it to us, and we'll try fishing.
it's definitely like I think all three of us, to a certain degree, enjoy our own company at some point, and therefore that's what that's for. It's about telling the world to peacefully fuck off.
So that's
Yeah.
Ben's way of saying he will go fishing, but not with us, just by himself. Somewhere else.
Kind of just got buoyed off there a little bit.
Like, oh, can I go fishing with you?
Oh, yeah.
At a different time and location.
It's just me getting a blowy from a bass.
Nemo, what you doing?
Doing the old side float when I put it back in.
No
Carry
wonder
on.
Dory can't remember anything. That's just the trauma.
So around dusk, I returned to my campsite to find them 2 sites down from me. Of course, all the plushies were set up at the picnic table in front of the fire.
They're like sperm sponges.
Yeah, it's a
aren't
little
they?
bit weird, isn't it? Once fully dark, they retreated into their tent and proceeded to engage in sexual acts with the plushies. I will not repeat everything that I overheard. You probably should. This is exactly the place for it.
Yeah.
I wish you did.
But I can assure you that these stuffed animals were inside. These stuffed animals were inside one of them.
Oh, God.
I mean, they're obviously stuffed.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, it's like a fucking moist Build-A-Bear.
God, but it gets worse. Push it out like it's one of your little fuzzy baby, bitch.
Wait, Charlie, say that again. Come on.
Push it out like it's a little fuzzy baby, bitch.
Bitch.
That's the worst sex talk I've ever
man.
heard. So that phrase will remain with me for the rest of my life. Their silhouette in the tent will never leave my mind.
I'm raising this to our audience as well because you've just I think you've tapped into something there. This is definitely campsite shit.
Yeah. I worked on a campsite for a while and I've seen some stuff.
Yeah, it explains a lot.
And like, go fuck yourself. But like when you're outdoors, people they connect with a weird side of nature that they don't need to connect with. You're not a primal human being. You're a grown up.
Is that the end of the story?
Yeah, that's the end of the story.
Thank the Lord.
Well, thank you very much for sending that one in. Appreciate it. If you have a story you want to send in, send it to stories@thethreadofjudgment.com.
Ooh.
Or like and subscribe and leave a comment.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you. Let's go.
Well, on that note of campsites, got a story here called Campsite Blues. 5 of us went on a lads' camping trip to Scotland, and they lived happily ever after.
Yeah, done. You had a good time. You drank some whiskey, ate some haggis.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Each other.
Deep fried Mars bar and stuff.
We found a nice pitching site with facilities, but more important, it was near a few pubs and a curry house.
Nice, brilliant.
I like it. I imagine an Indian in Scotland is a powerful thing.
Oh, they're great. They are
Oh,
fantastic.
yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah.
The further up north you go, the better the curry houses get. I don't know what it is.
You know what? You're right. You're bang on with that. There's nothing good down near me.
There was a really, really good one near my grandma in a place called Soham. But then Soham is now just famous for Ian Huntley murdering those girls.
I've got so
Discuss.
many jokes in the chamber for that, but I just
Yeah,
can't. It's only Wednesday, man. Ian Huntley's now featured on the podcast. Like that's
Yeah.
And he's not even the worst Ian sex offender. You know, he's probably number 2.
So we all had a great night catching up over many pints and a lamboon.
Yeah, Lambuna, fantastic. That'd be my go-to. As well.
Yeah.
So, calling it a night around 2 a.m., 4 a.m. arrived, and something wasn't right.
It's time to pass the golden sauce.
Yep.
I felt a burning sensation in the back door, like a fire-breathing dragon was trying to break from the sealed cave. So Smaug was getting pissed.
I love that. Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately for me, I had to sleep naked. Well, you don't have to.
I mean, just because your dad asks you to, you don't have to do it.
Nice.
Yeah. I
so
imagine
otherwise-
this guy's learned to cry silently.
Don't let him see your pain, otherwise he wins. So unfortunately for me, I have to sleep naked. I mean, it's not unfortunate, but in that situation, I think it is. You're surrounded by men in a field about to shit yourself. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so he apparently needs to sleep naked, otherwise he won't drift off. But I found a pair of football shorts next to me that I could chuck on. And make it to the camping facilities before the devil was summoned from the depths of hell. All right.
Yeah.
He's thinking. He's looking for a way out. That's fine.
Yeah,
I
I
managed
like
to
this.
get to the toilet just in time. By the way, I'd grab another pair of shorts if I were you, because I don't think that one's making it home. So I managed to get to the toilet in time and avoid any drama until I see there was no toilet paper.
Sacrifice your socks.
He's not wearing
I
socks.
don't think he's got any. Yeah.
He's got his shorts
Then
and a dream.
just, don't worry too much about it and buy some Sudocrem the next day for the rash.
So not even a wipe to beige, just walk away.
just
Find a leaf.
Leave the shit.
Tomorrow use probably.
I mean, surely there's a hose pipe on site where you could go give yourself a bidet.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
just find a corner of a building or something. As long as you're slow and steady, you could probably do a bit of a clean with a grip. It's quite a break.
That took a while to materialise in my head, but that's
Oh, could you imagine?
God. yeah, the
right,
fucking-
it's absolutely less than ideal, but it's better than doing nothing.
John, that is the equivalent of putting a cheese wedge shaped piece of sandpaper between your cheeks.
But again, you
No,
know,
but let's be
slow
real.
enough.
Like,
You're taking skin with
He's
it.
gone to the toilet. He's got some clothes on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also the night. I'd just fucking tear the shorts off, give it a wipey wipe, ditch the shorts. Don't try and do anything smart. Just ditch them. And then just take a stroll back to the campsite, nodding at everybody that makes eye
Are
contact.
you just going to try and flush the shorts as well? just to kind
Just to fuck
No, I
off
think
everyone.
you have to go to the woods with those, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you chuck them. Yeah.
So, undecided on what to do for what seems an eternity, I was contemplating using the shorts and risking a run through the campsite stark naked. That's where my head's at.
Yeah, I'd do that.
So, this mess needed cleaning. No shit, Sherlock. Then someone entered the room and proceeded to shower next to the toilet cubicle. As I was plucking up the courage to ask them to go and get some paper, don't see. No.
I know where this is going.
Don't make a toilet friend.
You don't currently have an audience, so why would you ask for one?
Yeah.
No, but if they're going in the shower,
Chuck the shorts in the shower, run.
no.
They're gonna have a towel, aren't they?
It's gonna be some cloth. I mean, you're a bad person if you do that.
Yeah.
But this is not a perfect world.
Modern
It's doggy
problems
dog out there
require
sometimes.
modern solutions. Yeah.
So, as they were plucking up the courage to ask for some toilet paper, a crisp white towel flings itself
called it.
over the
Yes.
toilet and shower party.
Yeah.
That is getting besmudged.
So,
Yeah.
we got some cotton fucking floss, right? The hot shower was steaming up the room so quickly, I like to think of myself as an opportunist. And as the visibility got worse, I whisked that towel off and cleaned up what I could. The only issue now is that I'm stuck with a shitty towel. To this day, I don't know why I did this, but I placed the towel back in the same place.
You've ruined it all. I mean, you don't do that.
There's so many crimes happening here.
You've soiled someone else's towel. The least you could do then is just launch it over the face.
Yeah.
You're returning it. That's just adding insult to injury. That is salt in the wound.
So I placed the towel back in the same place it came. From whence it came, and bolted from the scene of the crime back to the tent. I just pray he didn't dry his face first. You are a criminal, sir.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's
Right. What would you do if you were the other person? Because if you just flung it over the partition and you didn't know there was someone in the toilet, you would just have to assume that there was turds on the other side of that wall, that someone had shit up the wall. What do you? I guess
12 gauge.
I guess you just 12 gauge, and you get in the trebuchet, don't you? But I think that you would just have to use the less ruined bits if there were any.
No. There's no version of that towel that goes near my person at any given time. I don't even care whether 97% of it is clean.
you would use your t-shirt.
Yeah, just be wet.
Yeah, or just walk around naked and just be like,
I'll take wet over fecal matter every day of the week till Sunday.
wet and naked is greater than poo.
Yeah.
You know, that's the
Cooling in a summer night, yeah.
Exactly.
But John is still thinking the towel could be used.
I'm thinking.
I see that we haven't convinced you, John.
It just depends. Like, if it's just a corner, I reckon I would still use it.
John,
I think I could do
he
that.
had Indian food. It's not just a corner.
Yeah, I mean, if he really went to town like this thing is striped, then yeah, what can you do? What can you do?
Like, he said it was
Yeah.
a dragon, not a fucking lizard coming out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't
Dragons be angry, yo.
Whoa. We've missed like a really, really important key detail here. This guy's got no toilet paper, but there are showers. Just go in the shower.
Oh yeah.
What?
What's the problem? Also, just even if there weren't
Yeah.
showers, just hover over a tap.
I don't know how you do. What? Just kind of like just splash yourself back up.
It's like it's better than nothing, isn't it? You know.
I think it's not better than nothing. I think the thing is, I had no problem with the towel. It's the replacement of the towel that's made this a sin.
If someone did that to me, I'd much rather I walked out of the shower completely naked and just saw a towel in the toilet knowing it had been used. I'd be upset, but I'd be like, fine, whatever. To return the shitty towel is dick move.
It's a campsite shower. That's just... I mean, you're getting a verruca. Like, that guy got several verrucas that day.
I think there's probably ground zero for that disease that give babies that big head. What was that? Do you remember that was a few years
Oh,
ago?
John.
That seems like the type of place you get something like that, like 30 years ago, and it would just stay in your bloodstream, and then it's like, oh, now we can't wear hats. You know? All right, guys, this is Johnny. Just letting you know that we have a brand new Thread of Gentlemen YouTube channel where you can watch us record this episode and many others like it. We've got lots of exclusive content over there, like our Stinky Fish Food Challenge. So if you're a fan of the podcast, you're enjoying the show, make sure you come hang out with us over on YouTube. Just search Thread of Gentlemen on YouTube and hit that like and notification bell. All the best. This one is called Yesterday Was Hell. Could be a war story, could be, something really It's going to be a poo. This is what it's going to be.
I mean,
Absolutely.
by the title alone, it could be, my Wednesday. So
Yeah. Okay, so all in all, it hadn't been a good day. Bad traffic, malfunctioning computer, incompetent co-workers, and a sore back had made me a seething cauldron of rage. But more importantly for this story, it had been over 48 hours since I'd last taken a dump. Called it!
Yeah. Risky place.
I tried to jumpstart the process, beginning my day with a bowl of bowel-cleansing fibre cereal. I followed it up with 6 cups of coffee and added a bean-laden lunch at Taco Bell.
Are you on a fucking death wish?
Yeah, because what you've done is you've lit the fuse, but there's clearly a problem. So you can't. It's a random fuse. You don't know how long this is going to be.
As I was returning home from work, my insides let me know with subtle rumbles and emissions of the occasional tiny fart that big things would be happening soon. Big things is capitalised.
That's like the sort of like little events, like the fringe events that happen when a volcano is about to explode, because it just doesn't happen.
Yeah,
then and
yeah.
There's a bit of steam, bit of sulfur, bit of lava flow, but then the show.
A lot of
really
weird
kicks
fish
off.
start showing up. There's movement going on. Alas, I had to stop at the mall to pick up an order. No. Go home. Don't stop anywhere.
Mall's a safe place. There are toilets.
I completed this task.
No.
Here we go.
We've been here before.
I completed this task, and as I was walking past the stores on my way back to the car, I noticed a large sale sign proclaiming everything must go. This was prophetic, for my colon informed me with a sudden violent cramp and a wet squeaky fart that everything was indeed about to go.
I love that.
I hurried to the mall bathroom. Good call, Ben. I surveyed the 5 stalls, which I have numbered 0 to 4 for your convenience. 0, occupied. Number 1, clean, but bathroom protocol forbids its use as it's next to the occupied one. I get it.
Fine. Yeah.
Number 2, poo on seat. Number 3, poo and toilet paper in a bowl. Unidentifiable liquid splattered on seat. So someone left bangers and mash and then peppered it as well.
Just add to it.
I hate this podcast.
Right. Number 4, no toilet paper, no stall door, unidentifiable sticky object near base of toilet. Clearly, it had to be stall number 1.
But Kiri says you're safe in a shopping mall.
I trudged back, entered, dropped trowel and sat down. I'm normally a fairly shameful shitter. I wasn't happy about being next to the occupied stall, but as I said, big things were afoot. Once again, big things capitalised.
I'm with
listen.
that. I'm a shy pooer, man.
I've got a shy colon. I don't need to go when other people are there.
If there are 2 cubicles and one's taken, I go to another.
Do you?
Really?
Yeah, I don't need a fucking audience.
I guess it depends on the severity of the situation. If it's like,
Of course.
I've got some time. If it's like, I'm late for a train or it's the common, you got to just do it.
There's 2 options. When they flush, you push, or when they're using the hand dryer, you push hard.
Yeah. Or you do a little cough, a little...
That's a talent.
I was just getting ready to bear down when all of a sudden the sweet sounds of Beethoven came from next door, followed by a fumbling and the sound of a voice answering a ringing phone. Okay, so it's a ringtone. What is it about people taking calls on toilets? Because we had that daddy death call next to someone taking a big shit, didn't we?
Yeah, I won't do that.
No. Thing is, you know when you phone someone and they pick up, you know if they're in the toilet because there's a certain reverb that you don't get anywhere else.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Okay, so as usual for a cell phone conversation, the voice was exactly 8 decibels louder than it needed to be. Out of shameful habit, my sphincter slammed shut. The inane conversation went on and on. Mr. Shitter was blathering to Mrs. Shitter about the shitty day he had, and I sat there, cramping and miserable, waiting for him to finish.
No, let rip.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. It's at that point where I'm like, you've got the fucking cojones to have a full chat. I'm destroying your conversation with colon sounds.
Yeah, exactly. As the loud conversation dragged on, I became angrier and angrier, thinking that I too had had a crappy day, but I was too polite to yak about it in public. My bowels let me know in no uncertain terms that if I didn't get crapping soon, my day would be getting even crappier. Pun.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, my anger reached a point where it overcame my shamefulness. I no longer cared. I gripped the toilet paper holder in one hand, braced my other hand against the side of the stall, and pushed with all my might. He's going for it.
I think also in that situation as well, you don't want to have a steady flow of that. You want it removed from the body as fast as you possibly can. Just send that thing.
Yeah, just send it. Send it.
Yeah. Trebuchet that thing.
I was rewarded with a fart of colossal magnitude, a cross between the sound of someone ripping a very wet bedsheet in half and plywood being torn off a wall.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The sound gradually transitioned into a heavily modulated low RPM tone, not unlike someone firing up a Harley. Jesus Christ. I managed to hit resonance frequency of the stall, and it shook gently. Right. Once my arse cheek stopped flapping in the breeze, 3 things became apparent. This guy likes lists. Number 1, the next door conversation had ceased.
Yeah.
Number 2, my colon's continued seizing indicated that there was more to come.
Oh.
And number 3, the bathroom was now beset by a horrible eldritch stench.
Yeah, that's not going to be a subtle thing.
Yeah.
That's not going away. That's going to take more than a wave of the hand to move that one about. It was as if a gateway to hell had been opened. The foul miasma quickly made its way under the stall and began choking my poop mate. I love that, poop mate.
Poop, mate. I
Fantastic.
like that. That's really good. I'm going to use that.
This initial herald fart had ended his conversation in mid-sentence. Oh my God, I heard him utter. Followed it with the suppressed sounds of choking, and then, no, baby, that wasn't me. Could you hear that?
It serves him right for being on the phone.
Next door, I could hear fumbling with the paper dispenser as he desperately tried to finish his task. Little snatches of conversation made themselves heard over my anal sympathy. So these are the
Call that
snapshots.
back.
Yeah. Gotta go. Horrible. Throw up. In my mouth. Not make it. Tell the kids. Love them. Oh God.
See, the thing that guys forget about phone calls is you can hang up at any point.
Yeah, exactly.
I just love you by,
He says that was followed by more sounds of suppressed gagging and retching. Alas, it was evidently difficult to hold one's phone and wipe one's bum at the same time. Just as my high-pressure abuse of the toilet was winding down, I heard a plop and a splash from next door, followed by a string of swear words and gags. My poop mate had dropped his phone into the toilet.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
That's all of his own doing.
After a considerable amount of paperwork, I got up and surveyed the damage. I felt bad for the janitor who'd be forced to deal with this, but I knew flushing was not an option.
Also, do you retrieve the phone?
So he just left it. He just left a steaming pile of shit. Poor janitor. Not going to flush this. This ain't going anywhere.
That's yours.
Try.
You'd give it a courtesy go, wouldn't you?
Do you know what? Like, fuck you, man, because I can't imagine it's easy finding people willing to do that job in the first place. But that guy handed in his fucking resignation that day.
Yeah, I did listen.
I could.
That's a
if you were a
widow maker,
cleaner,
isn't it?
oh, sorry for all the cleaners out there.
See, I know that I don't have a future in the janitorial arts because I would just say,
Yeah.
no, you can absolutely get fucked.
The problem is,
Okay.
I know I couldn't do it because with the amount of fucking porcelain pubes that I'd find, I could make a jumper.
I love how much this annoys you, man.
It's fucking. It will never not annoy me. Clean your fucking. Actually, I'm saying clean your pubes. This guy couldn't even clean his fucking Holocaust of a shit.
Oh, we couldn't even do one episode, man, without a reference. I've been trying so hard. Right, so I knew flushing was not an option. Why? No toilet in the world could handle that unholy mess.
Well, give it a go.
Yeah, give it a crack.
Flushing would only lead to a floor flooded with filth. As I left, okay, so he is just leaving the hat and walking away. As I left, I glanced next door to the stall. Nothing remained in the bowl. He had flushed his phone, or he had plucked it out and left the bathroom with nasty, unwashed hands. The world will never know. I like how whimsical this guy is, but he's just committing travesties, you know?
Yeah.
As I I doubt he'll ever answer the phone again in the loo. And this, my friends, is why you should never talk on your phone in the bathroom.
That's not a
That's
message that
wonderful.
we're taking from this story.
Good advice. Thank you very much.
That's a wonderful story. Thank you ever so much for sending that in. I enjoyed that immensely, but just give it a flush, man. You gotta...
Yeah, courtesy flush. Yeah, show the janitor you tried.
Flush and run.
I don't agree with Schrodinger's flush. Like, I need to know. You know?
Yeah. And that water level's rising, and you're like, doesn't seem to be stopping.
But this ship can't sink.
Well, that's when you can't start making steps away. You know, you see the water's rising. You know, okay.
There's just, for some reason, when you start flushing, there's like a band with a violin playing in the background. And they're like, one more, boys.
Everyone's diagonal moving that way. Oh, Kate Winslet's not sharing space on a floating door, the bitch. There was room for two, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
I reckon she must have just turned over 25 and DiCaprio chose death.
If you've liked what you've heard in this podcast, but you've got your own stories that you know are even worse,
Please send it through to stories@threadofgentleman.com.
And we will do our best to air your dirty and filthy laundry for you. Thank you.
So the first nicknames video we did had the absolutely fantastic Bambi, if you guys remember correctly.
Yeah.
And that went down very well. We had loads of great reactions to it. So we had a part 2, and the part 2 went down very, very well as well.
I remember Shetland Tony. That was really good. Appreciated that. And the guy who was the Pringle thief who'd been in an accident, lost some fingers.
Yeah.
That was great. And my personal favourite was the really ugly guy that they just called Cot Death.
Yes. Yeah.
No, we're missing out our best one. Stu.
Oh, yes.
Stu! Oh. No.
He was Soup.
He was Soup because he's not as thick as Stu.
That's it.
Yeah, brother Stuart.
Are you about to tell me we've got another part to this?
We've got you some honestly, like so many people have been sending in some amazing great nicknames. So if you do have any more, please keep sending them in to stories@thethreadofgentleman.com.
Like and subscribe.
Or just leave us a comment or send us a voice note on Instagram if you can't be asked to type, because let's face it, it's tough out there.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Okay, you guys ready for more great nicknames?
I was bound.
I'm
Ready.
so ready.
Okay, I went to school with a kid who had an Irish dad and a Chinese mum. We called him Rice Paddy or Pat Noodle.
Rice
pretty-
Paddy. I mean, it's pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not great.
offensive on
borderline.
every fucking level. But like,
Do you remember that one? I can't remember which one it was in, but it made me laugh when I listened back to it. The dude, he had his nickname was Gilbert because his head was shaped like a rugby ball.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Oh, kids are mean. Bloke I work with has to know everyone's business and is always on the scrounge for information. We call him Aerosmith because you don't want to miss a thing. I like that. One I saw in a recent thread, a guy who nicknamed a colleague Security Light because he only worked when he walked past his desk. Nice. We've definitely all done that.
That's really good.
Had a guy who didn't speak very loudly. One day he wore a black and yellow striped shirt to work. He was known as the Mumblebee ever since. Wonderful.
it's crafty.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I like it.
Worked with a bloke who I always knew as Luke. One day someone asked for Nathan. Luke answers, "That's me." Asked Luke what the fuck is going on. Luke responds, "My real name is Nathan. Luke is my nickname." How did you get that? Because I look like I have leukemia.
Oh, fucking hell. That is savage.
Fucking hellfire.
Oh, wow. The group of people that you're hanging out with that became acceptable. Like,
Yeah.
Thing is, like, we say this every week, but we are those people. Like,
No,
we
for sure.
we're just relaying the information, man. We're just the Hermes of bad information.
Well, listen, it doesn't get much better. A guy I know called Robert, who was well into bodybuilding. They nicknamed him Bobby Dysmorphia. There was a kid at school we used to call Isaiah because he had one eye higher than the other.
Love that. Love that a lot.
Yeah, that was really good. Scottish janitor was only 4 foot something, nicknamed Gianni DeVito. I really like that.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Guy used to sit in the pub sometimes, missing most of his teeth and only had one left at the front, was known as central eating.
Yeah, that's very good. That's
good.
very good.
Worked with a woman of a certain age who was petite with pink dyed hair. Her nickname was Cronenberg because from the back she looked 16 and from the front she looked 64.
You're moving the pieces together, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh, big fan of that. There was a guy called Arnold who worked in an abortion clinic. We called him the Terminator.
Dylan, you son of a bitch. Take the baby out.
This is fucking
Get
bad.
it out.
I can't read this one. This is so bad. My uncle had a friend in the army called Trigger because his parents shot themselves.
Fucking just not Bambi.
That's Bambi part 2.
That's
is it?
Bambi part 2.
Jesus Christ.
The next one that comes in is going to be like, he was called Dead Parents because his parents were dead. You're like, fucking hell.
Oh, this is this. I mean, audience, stop sending them in now because we've peaked. I know of someone who's called the Swinger's Son because his dad hanged himself.
Oh, fucking hell.
My great uncle used to call one of his work colleagues Rimmer because he has brown teeth. That's really good. There was a guy in basic training that had alopecia. He was affectionately known as Voldemort.
That's great.
Wonderful.
That's really good.
I feel like
Love
in
it.
the army, that's the thing, man. Like, you just get away with it there because everyone's like, oh, fuck it, we love each other.
Sometimes with mouth.
A guy had a small deformed hand, so they called him the Clock. Big hand, small hand.
That's quite clever. That is clever, yeah.
We call my tall, skinny mate Famine.
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
That's not clever. It's just so unnecessary.
It's quite good. Dick Fingers because he fucks up everything he touches. That's a good nickname.
I like
That's really
that.
good, yeah.
That's a
I love that.
deserved nickname.
There was a lad at school everyone called Spatch.
Don't do it.
He was caught wanking in his dad's shed with a spatula handle up his hoop.
Why?
Well, listen, we've all done weird stuff. Chap was called...
Have we, Charlie? Hang on, let's take a little pause.
Yeah. I'm afraid I'm not really up with your grouping there. I'm going to remove myself from that file.
All right. Chap was called Cottage Cheese because he had hooked up with someone at work conference and the lass had thrush.
Oh, God.
Pork Pie Bob because he ate a pork pie at work just the once.
No, that I like because that's school bullying right there.
Yeah. Pork pie Bob. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Bloke at my parents' work was called Foreskin Bob because there were two Bobs and the other one was Jewish.
That's because they didn't want to say Jewish Bob for the other guy, wasn't it? Just use their last names.
Last one's not going to go in. I worked with a man who tried to kill himself by setting himself on fire. Everyone called him Toast.
That is going in. That's 100% going
I mean,
in. I will,
John,
I'm laying
give it some thought.
That's my line in the sand. I will die on this hill. That's going in.
You don't have to.
We know some fucked up people, apparently.
The problem is, we started something really good with these nicknames. And like Bambi that was really funny because it kind of caught us all off guard.
Yeah.
They've all gone very dark very quickly.
Yeah, I know.
Very quickly. You know when we started the podcast and maybe there was one poo story in the first season. And then everyone just kind of caught on and was just like, here's where I can send this.
Oh, that's relatable.
Here's one I've got. All right. It's like, no.
No, Charlie, that's not quite true. There was the first ever story we did was a poo story.
Yeah,
and there was a lot more than one in the first season.
Yeah, I think that's probably two just in the first episode.
Charlie, if anybody else has dead parents or poo stories, what do they need to do?
Send them in to stories@thethreadofgentleman.com. Like and subscribe, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Send us. I just learned the other day, and I learned this because I'm terrifically old and I can't use technology anymore, but you can send us a voice note on Instagram if you can't be bothered to type. That way you don't have to go through the shame of typing it. You can just send it our way. Send us a little voice note and we'll go from there.
Thank you for tuning into this episode. I feel sad and I need a shower as a result.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. We will catch you next week.
Muchos gracias.
Bye-bye.
All the best.